As you know, we are discussing some of the issues in extensive reading or issues related to extensive reading. So one of the issues related to extensive reading is the issue of choosing materials in terms of topic and genre. I mean, which topics, which genres, whether we can choose texts on pollution, oil, or current issues, or whether we can choose text genres like fiction, non-fiction, or poetry, or dramas. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the debates going on in how to choose materials in terms of topic and genre. So, of course, extensive reading materials, they are meant to, as we have already discussed this one, they are meant to give exposure to different types of input to the students. So it's important that we bring in materials in the classroom which students can take away to their homes and read, and which deal with different genres. By genres, I mean the use of fiction, novel, or non-fiction writings. So we can bring in some texts which have been already simplified for the students. For instance, texts related to law, business, technology, or medicine. So it's how our role as teachers lies actually. So while giving exposure to students, different types, different topics, different genres, we bring in the genres or the topics which we think they are relevant to the level of language of our students, proficiency level of our students. So you remember we talked about intensive reading and some of its practical implications in the context of classroom. So yes, in intensive reading, we can bring in some texts which are above students' linguistic level. However, in extensive reading, these texts should be near or below students' current level. So some of you might be familiar with the notion of I+1 in second language acquisition given by Krashen. So, I mean, this notion stands for giving input to the students which is in accordance with their current comprehension level. So we might start with easier texts and step by step go to some higher texts or difficult ones. So there are some post-reading activities when we are choosing topic types and genres. For example, we have given some fiction to be read by our students or some non-fiction. So we can bring in some post-reading activities in the classroom. So we can engage them, write a summary of what they have read, or produce the review of the book which they have read. So in this way, extensive reading particularly can be used to develop writing skills of our students. Or we can, if they have read a story actually, or a short story, we can give them the role plays. For example, if have students, 5 people, assume different roles of that particular short story and play actually. Or we can ask them design posters and display them, and to show the audiences, I mean, or the people those who are interested to listen to them, what they have read. So it's actually there is another way of reading interesting parts and or leaving some or ignoring some interesting parts. So this is how we can develop a shared view about reading what they are reading. So topic types and genres are of wider significance for developing extensive reading. And there are various topics, there are different genres which we can use for developing extensive reading skills of our students.